My name is Greg Bowers with USF Housing Live. We're doing a little Greg on the Sidewalk. I'm going to be quizzing some students and seeing if they know who these famous people are. So, what's your name, sir?
Tomas.
Yachty.
Jonathan Hart.
Nathan.
Farah. Kaylin.
Joe.
Jill.
And?
Caitlin.
Okay, you ready for that prize money?
Yeah.
There's no prize money. Here we go. Who is this person?
I have absolutely no clue.
Lady Gaga.
Are you sure?
Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga.
That's a great question, but I don't know the answer.
Let's get a little reaction. Geraldine is so shocked. Can we please not judge the contestants, Geraldine? Tell me, who's this?
I think that is Rocky D. Bull.
I don't know his name.
Oh, what's his name? What's his name?
His name, man. The Bowl.
Not the Bull?
Rocky D. Bull.
Rocky the Bull.
That is not correct. It is not Rocky the Bull.
I just see it as the Bowl.
You are so darn close, though. What is it?
Rocky D. Bull?
Correct, Rocky D. Bull. Do you know what the D stands for?
I do not.
It's actually just D. All right.
I honestly don't know.
That is your school mascot, Rocky D. Bull.
Rocky D. Bull.
Oh, you're good. Rocky D. Bull. We also would have accepted nothing else. Who is this, Jonathan?
Mr. Bowers, I'm going to think that's the Queen Beyonce.
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 Beyonce. That is Beyonce. We also would have accepted.
Beyonce.
No, that's the same answer. That's the.
Queen B.
All right, here we go. Here's a tough one. Take your time.
Judy.
Judy.
I'm going to need more than that. That is President Judy Genshaft. Very good. Go Bulls. Of all the days, it's never windy here. Today it's windy. It gets windy right when we do this every time. Who is this?
I have no clue.
Think USF Legacy.
I don't know what her name is, but I like her necklace.
I'm going to say Betty Castor.
I have no idea.
A hint? Can I buy a vowel?
One of the residence halls is named after her. She was a USF president.
I don't know.
Very close. It was Betty Castor. It would have been funny if I didn't know, but the answers are written on the back for me, so I'm good. This is a prior USF president.
Oh, is it Betty Castor?
It is Betty Castor. All right, way to go.
It's you.
It's you. Maybe?
Gregory Bowers.
Maybe.
Oh, there we go. That's it. You is not an answer. Who is this?
Gregory Bowers.
That is Greg Bowers.
Pretty close. Pretty close. We would have accepted Gregory Bowers or Sir Gregory Bowers.
That's you.
I'm sorry. We're going to need a name. You can do this since I said it 2 minutes ago.
Forgotten.
Go Bulls!
Gregory Bowers, Sierra Rose, Maxwell Morinelli, Elisa Goldberg, Irene Naomi, Courtney Cadogan, Geraldine Paredes, June Dickens, Chris Herrera, Stephanie Jockman. Wednesday, March 7, 2018. Coming to you from the beautiful University of South Florida campus in Tampa, it's USF Housing Live. All right. Welcome, everybody. This is USF Housing Live. I'm your host, Gregory Bowers, with Housing Residential Education here at the beautiful University of South Florida in Tampa. Our motto, best place to live, best place to work, best place to learn. We've got some great guests tonight. Remember, if you've got a question while you're watching, go ahead, type it in the comments. They'll send it to me on the iPad here on the set, and we will answer you in real time. So let's jump right into it, meet our guests. We have Jess Garby, who is a current student. Welcome, Jess.
Hi, Greg. I'm so happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you here. And so you're that famous person from the 2022 group, aren't you?
That is me. I'm here.
So Jess Garby, big deal, is here. Also, first we're going to be talking with Chris Moody from USF Admissions. Chris, welcome to the program.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I'm happy to have you. And I learned just before we came live here that you're already an international celebrity. You were on Let's Make a Deal.
I was, yes. So last summer, I was actually out in LA for a work conference, actually, and took an extra day and got to appear on the show with Wayne Brady, and it aired this past Veterans Day.
That is so cool. You were the big winner on that program, right?
Yeah, I actually ended up winning a Greek cruise, so it's super exciting. We're actually planning to, my wife and I are going to go this summer.
That's fantastic. I'm glad that you still want to stick around with us little people here and do the show. Thank you so much.
No problem. This is great.
So, Chris, tell me a little bit about what it is that you do here at USF.
Sure. So I've worked with the university for about 10 years now, all within the Office of Admissions, and I'm currently the Senior Assistant Director of Recruitment. So it's my job to work with students really from all across the country and get them excited to apply to USF and ultimately enroll at this university.
And so we probably have a number of students who have been admitted and they're getting ready. So what is it those seniors need to do to get everything set up so they can come to USF this summer or fall?
Yeah, so the biggest thing once a student realizes that USF is the right fit for them is they'll want to make sure they pay the $200 admissions deposit. That's a non-refundable deposit that really locks in their spot in our upcoming summer or fall class. And that's going to be due no later than May 1st. So they want to make sure they pay it by that date.
All right, excellent. So I've had some questions from students saying, I start in the summer, I'm not sure when. When do our first time in college students start if they start in the summer?
Yeah, so most of our summer students are going to start in the summer B term. There's a couple different summer terms that we have here at USF, but they'll start in the summer B term. And then we also have a special program for a lot of our out-of-state students called the Summer ACE program, the Academic and Cultural Engagement Program. And that actually starts a couple weeks after the summer B term in early to mid-July.
All right, cool. And so I'm sure a lot of people out there are thinking, I want to come visit campus. So can they do that? How do they do that?
Yeah, most definitely. So we offer campus tours 6 days a week. We've got tours Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. And most Saturdays during the academic year, we'll have a tour as well at 10 a.m. That'll start out with about a 10 to 15 minute presentation by either myself or one of my colleagues within the admissions office, and then we'll dive right into about a 90-minute walking tour of campus. So you'll get a chance to see the Marshall Student Center, kind of our center hub here on campus, get a chance to go to our campus recreation center, go inside one of our residence halls, certainly see academic spaces, the admissions office, financial aid office, places like that.
All right, excellent. I always see the groups out there in the Marshall Center. I always seem to bump into everyone. And so one of the questions is, should we be giving them the bull sign, Jess? Do we bull sign them?
Please do. Please
So-
embarrass them.
And so this is the bull sign for those watching. This is offensive. This is the bull sign. It's not really offensive, so don't write angry letters. But let me ask Jess real quick, for those tour groups out there,
Yes.
can you step on the seal?
Oh, please don't. That is the worst thing you can possibly do. But if you do, I've heard there's some like rumors that you can like fix it or whatever, but don't step on the seal.
Okay, got it. That was serious right there.
It was-
I know.
it's serious business.
I have seen students start screaming when they see someone step on the seal. So I just want to make sure we covered that so people know. And so just don't tempt fate, folks. Don't step on that seal. So Chris, got another question for you here. We've got juniors who might be watching, or perhaps someone has a younger sibling that's getting ready. So if I'm a junior in high school, what should I be thinking about right now with regard to college in the future?
Sure, so this is definitely the time of year, if you haven't done so already, that you'll want to be taking the SAT or the ACT, really getting those scores so that if you do want to retest in the fall, you've got a chance to, but you want to really take advantage of the spring of your junior year to make sure you've taken those tests at least once at this point. And then also it's the time that you're going to be scheduling your senior year schedule, and we'd really encourage you to take as rigorous of a schedule as you can that you're going to feel comfortable with. We want you to be successful with whatever schedule you take. So the most successful schedule that you're going to be able to take and perform well in.
And so for those who are interested in starting at USF in the fall or summer of 2019, what's the application timeline?
Sure, so the application is going to go live July 1st in a couple more months, right between the summer, right between their junior and senior year. And we're getting more and more students that are knocking out the application during July and August before they start their senior year and get busy with all their senior year activities.
I like it. They are not messing around.
No,
right in July they're applying.
Exactly.
All right, cool. And so tell me, what are some of the items that are required to have a complete application for admission?
So it's that application that we were just talking about, and then there's a $30 application fee that goes along with that. If that's any sort of hardship for any families, we don't want that to be an obstacle to having them apply, so they can just email us at admissions@usf.edu, and we can help them navigate maybe getting a fee waiver or something like that. Then along with that, we also need your official high school transcripts and then your official standardized test scores like we were talking about earlier, either the SAT or the ACT.
All right, excellent. So I got another question for you here.
Okay.
Let's say someone wants to schedule an interview with someone from admissions. Can they do that, and what does that mean in the whole process?
Yeah, so if students have questions or families have questions, we'd be more than happy to help them out and answer any questions that they have, either in person or over the phone or via email. We don't use an interview as part of the actual admissions process. We're not going to evaluate the interview in any way, but if they have questions for us, we'll certainly answer any questions that they have. Easiest way is, like I mentioned a minute ago, just to send us an email at admissions@usf.edu, and that'll actually get routed directly to your personal admissions recruiter.
All right, excellent. So I got another question here about community service hours. And so what impact do community service hours have on the admission process?
Yeah, so that's definitely something we love to see that students have. We want to see them be involved outside the classroom, but really in our admissions review, it is going to be a very academic review in nature. So we're going to be looking at those standardized test scores, then also looking at your high school transcript and really diving into that, looking at your grade trend, the rigor of the curriculum that you've taken, the types of courses you've taken, your overall grade point average, those types of criteria.
And so let's say a parent has a question. Is there a way for them to connect to learn more to help their student prepare?
Yeah, so certainly our website has a lot of good answers available for them, usf.edu/admissions. And then, like I said, they're more than happy to reach out to us via email or phone as well, and we can answer those questions.
All right, well, thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. We're going to take a short break, everyone, but we're going to be back with both of our guests, Chris and Jess. I want you to meet someone special. His name is Keandre, and we've got a little video about applying for college. So we're going to roll that. We'll have more USF Housing Live after this.
So I chose USF because it offered the most languages. I want to be an interpreter, and so I was looking at what place would offer the most languages, what place has the highest diversity. The application process was a little shaky. I didn't submit my first college application until December. I was very confused because there's a bunch of different documents that they require. You know, they say, oh, we need an official transcript, and then, you know, it turns out you have to pay for that. You have to sign different forms and whatnot. You need the SAT, ACT scores, and you have to pay for those and get them sent in and whatnot, and then you have to have the right codes and whatnot. So, you know, it was all about like decision making, really like time management as well. And I didn't really have a lot of good time management in high school, so I can say that played a big part into why it was so hard for me to apply to college. It's almost like if you're driving on a railway, if you're on a train and you're on a railway, and you don't know if they're going to switch over to track in time, you know, and so you have all these deadlines that are coming up, you have all of these things that are happening in your life, you know, you're still trying to keep up with extracurriculars. You're a senior, senioritis is a real thing. I experienced it, I'm pretty sure everybody experiences it at some point, but you just have so much going on, and then there's such high expectations of you. Definitely go through the website, get familiar with it, and look at what you want. At USF, as soon as you get here, from the moment you walk onto campus, everybody's telling, oh, we're glad to have you here. We're so happy you're here.
Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Gregory Bowers, you're not, and this is Jess Garby on Housing Live. Jess, welcome.
Hi, Greg. I'm super happy to be here.
I'm really happy to have you. We just
Good.
got a little note. I think this is for, well, for everyone. Manny, my nemesis, says, hi, Courtney, in the YouTube comment. And Courtney wants Manny to know I said hi. And so thank you for wasting everyone's time, Manny. But we are glad you're watching. So that's good. I can never pass up a chance to take a dig at him.
Yeah.
But Jess, tell me, who are you and what do you do here?
Well, hi, baby bulls. My name is Jess. I'm a first-year student here at USF, and I study environmental science.
All right, I just got another weird, it's a weird question, but let's throw it in. This person would like to know, I have a question for Jess, where's her ukulele? So where's your ukulele?
My
Why did you bring it?
I'm so sorry, I left it in my residence hall. I usually, you know, always have it on me. It's like my trademark. Everyone will be like, yo, Jess, where's your ukulele? And I'm like, sorry, not on me right now. I'll bring it next time, bring it next time.
Everyone's all bummed out now because we
Yeah.
had the video, you're like, I have my ukulele with me everywhere. unless I'm on set at Housing Live, I'm a big deal, you know.
Sorry. I can't please everybody.
And so, Jessica, another question for you here. And so, we talk about finding our place on campus. How can incoming students find their place when they arrive here?
All right, well, I think the first thing you can do is really get involved with the Facebook group. That's how I met a lot of my friends. But once you're here, you know, we have Week of Welcome, also known as WOW, which you will hear about all the time, and the first 50 days of class. So, you know, we have a lot of events going on, and you can meet a bunch of people. You know, you can go on BullSync, get involved in organizations. You've got a lot of options here.
Awesome. And so, we've got another question here about transitions. And so it's a huge transition coming to college. And so what was the transition like for you?
The transition for me was pretty simple, honestly. You know, I knew some people before I came to USF, which helped a lot, and it felt really welcoming. But for some people, it's not always that easy. My advice would just be, you know, go in with a great open mind, and you know, expect the worst, but you know, things will fall into place eventually.
So do you ever feel homesick?
I do feel homesick sometimes. I miss my dog, I miss my cat, I miss my family a little bit, you know, but it's natural to feel homesick.
And so I know a lot of students will kind of be nervous about it or not want to talk about it, but have you encountered anyone else who ever felt homesick?
Oh yeah, all the time. Like, we'll just be hanging out like on Sundays and someone will be like, oh, I miss my mom, I'm gonna call them. And you know, that's all you can do. You can call your mom, you can call your dad, and you can plan visits. So you find ways to, you know, accommodate your homesickness, and eventually you'll realize this is my home now. I can't be homesick because this is where I live.
Yeah, cool. I just got a question here. Crystal asked, what's the STEM program?
Oh, the STEM program, I'm assuming she means the STEM Academy, which I was actually involved in. And so it's a week before school starts, and you come and do, it's basically like orientation for STEM students. It's super fun. You tour a bunch of research labs, and you learn how you can get involved in undergrad research. And I met half of my friends that I have now from STEM Academy, and I loved it. It was amazing. And you get a free lab coat that has STEM Academy. Super cool.
Are you really just in it for the free lab coat?
Yes. No, I'm kidding. It was great. It was really fun. Highly recommend it.
I got another question here. Anyone can jump in on this. This is a hotly debated issue. So student would like to know, what is the difference between Castor and Beta Hall? Which one should I choose? Does anyone want to make a judgment on that?
I've heard lovely things about both. I'm gonna have to say go with Castor, because Castor seems like it's a lot of fun and a lot happens there. I don't know much about Beta, so I can't say anything.
I disagree. I hear that it's Beta and Beta is what they say.
Ooh.
And so, but the truth is they're very, very similar, but there is a like a hot rivalry going on between those two buildings.
I can imagine.
But nobody ever wins.
No.
No one ever loses either, because we're all USF Bulls. Did that make sense? Not really. Okay, so anyway. And so Alyssa would like to know, what's the most popular housing option for incoming freshmen? And so what do you think about incoming first-year students? One thing I just want to share, and feel free to jump in, either of you, but we think about what are your needs. And so for most, the needs are, I want to get connected, I want to meet people, and so I tend to say traditional style or suite style, because you want to get out there and meet people. In fact, it's the bathrooms in traditional style that help you make friends. People always freak out when I say that, but what it is you got to use your bathroom eventually. Our research shows that pretty much everyone uses the bathroom, and so you got to get out of your room and you're going to meet people, and that's just part of the environment. It really helps people make friends. I don't know if anyone else wants to jump in, if you have a preferred space.
I would definitely say suite style. That's where it's at. It was amazing. You know, you meet your people. You have your own bathroom, which is nice. You know, you share it with your suite mates. Definitely better than, you know, Castor, where you share bathroom with everybody. But I would say suite style.
All right, cool. And so Manny again says it's cooler in Castor. And so he's
What
just
does he
trouble.
know?
I don't know. He just said,
Honestly.
"Nice tie, bro." Come at me, bro. All right, so
Get out of here, Manny. You're not here. You're not here.
yeah, get out of here,
This is my
Manny.
show.
Yeah, this is Jess's turn. Manny. How have your relationships changed with family and friends since coming to USF?
So my relationship changed, I think, for the better with my family. I find myself missing them more, and I get excited to go home, and they get excited to visit me. Whereas when I was home, it was kind of like, I'm doing my own thing, you're doing your own thing. As for my friends, you know, you lose some, but I think you lose them for a reason, and your other relationships become stronger. Like my best friend and I, we make phone calls once a week, and I love talking to her. So, you know, it's really like how you want to progress in your relationships.
All right, well, thank you. And so another question, I don't know if this is a Chris question. A student has asked, I just had it here in front of me, now I've lost it. Serena asked, when is the deadline for the Honors College? Do you happen to know that?
I don't know the specific date offhand. They're going to look. They're going to look at your test scores and your GPA, which we'll have as part of the admissions process. And they've got a couple of different criteria, either a direct automatic admit, or they'll review you based off of an application that you submit. So definitely, I'd say shoot us an email at admissions@usf.edu. We can take a look at your profile, see what the best fit is, and what the next steps for Serena would be.
Cool, and that's going to go right to the representative for that student if they send that email, right?
Exactly. The awesome thing, as long as you're using the same email that you apply with, we know actually where you live geographically, and so we can match it up to the recruiter either in Florida or across the country that is the recruiter for your state or your county.
Awesome, very cool. And so something I just got to shamelessly plug is this is just one example of the many things that happen at USF, which is a large institution, but it makes it smaller and more manageable to connect with the individual. And it's one of the things I really love about this place. I graduated from USF and I'm an alumnus of this school, so go Bulls. Another question for you, Jess, here.
Yes, I'm ready.
How do you balance your academic and social life?
Okay. 2 words, Google Calendar. I literally live by my Google Calendar. If somebody's like, Jess, let's go get Coisy, I'm like, hold up, let me check my Google Calendar first. So you really just have to prioritize, you know, okay, 3 days a week I'm going to be in the library all night doing my work, and then I'm gonna have fun these other 2 days. So, you know, you just gotta do your stuff.
So we have a lot of students who work, and they're coming to USF and they're thinking, should I get a job my first year? What advice do you have for them?
It really depends on the person you are. Me personally, my first semester, if I had a job, it would not have worked out well. However, if you know how to manage your time, you'll be fine. Highly recommend just like giving yourself a semester off from work and, you know, enjoying the process of moving from home to your new home.
All right, and so I got a question here about utilities like the gym and swimming pools. Is it free or paid? I can answer that one. And so if you're a student here, you're covered for everything over in campus recreation. And I got a shamelessly plug, there's the Fit also, resort style, zero entry swimming pool over there, tons of machines and everything. But as a student, you're covered for that. And so you don't need, I don't believe you need to buy anything extra. You're covered. As an employee, I got to pay for it, but you're covered. It's all built into that for you. Okay, and so let's see if I got another question for you. I think I've gone through just about everything, but there's one last thing I had to ask Jess about. So now you're old. You've been here for a while,
yes,
right?
I've aged.
So it's all old hat. And so if current Jess could get in the DeLorean, go back in time to the start of the fall, would you do anything differently?
Yes, I would probably just tell myself to chillax because I remember being super stressed about making so many friends and being involved in so much. And I realized that's not really what I wanted to do. So, you know, I would go back and say, just take a chill pill, go with the flow, you'll be fine.
All right, well, thank you, Jess.
Yeah,
and
you're so
and
welcome.
Thank you both for being here on the show. We are just about out of time, everyone, so about does it for all of us here at USF Housing Live. I am your host, Gregory Bowers, with Housing and Residential Education. Our motto, best place to live, best place to work, best place to learn. We love doing this for you, and guess what? These shows happen every Wednesday at 7 p.m. So our next show is coming to you next week, March 14th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Like always, if you have a question, just type it in the comments. We answer you in real time. And anytime, day or night, we are in the USF Class of 2022 Facebook group with all of our incoming Bulls. We've got almost 1,000 of you there, and so we can't wait to be there answering your questions. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve you in this capacity. But guess what? There's one last thing. Go Bulls! Good night, everyone.